Hello, friends and neighbors out there in internet land. Samm Bennett here. Rob Moreau, our dear mandolin playing brother, came up with some theme ideas for this round of the Cheshmeh Song and Poetry Challenge. He came up with bridge as one and night games as another. I was a little bit sad that I had already written a song called Bridge in the Sky several years back. And I thought, well, damn, if I hadn't written it then, I could write it now and be just in time for the challenge. But alas, I had already written Bridge in the Sky, a song about a fella who sees a beautiful woman crossing a bridge, but then the bridge starts to levitate and rises up to heaven, and he decides he's got to follow it to heaven, and he realizes, well, the only way to get to heaven is to die, so he lays down on a railroad track, and a train rolls over him, but it didn't kill him, or something like that. Anyway, curious little number. So I figured, well, I've got to write another song. It's going to have to either be night games or bridge as a theme, and I thought, night games, damn, I'd have to be Bob Seger to write something called Night Games. And but I went for bridge again, even though I had already written a bridge song. But I took a slightly different take on bridge and decided to go for the card game known as bridge. So I wrote this little tune, and I'm actually going to put it on my next album that's going to come out in December, I believe. A follow-up to a record I made a few months back called I Need to Talk to You, and the new record will be called Let's Talk Some More. This tune I'm going to do for you now will be on that, in a rather different arrangement, of course. This one's kind of off the cuff, thrown together, last minute. It's called A Friendly Game of Bridge. Let me fire up the drum machine here, and we'll get right to it. I was playing some bridge last Friday night, a friendly game with the neighbors. I was doing all right. I'd had a few good hands. I was winning, you see. And then my friends started getting a little hostile with me. They said, "You brought the deck, Sam. These cards are marked." One of them ran outside where my Toyota was parked. It was my neighbor, Chuck, a really nice guy. But now he had a real wild look in his eye. He pulled out a knife, started slashing my tires, reached under the dashboard, pulling out wires. I said, "Chuck, what the fuck? What the fuck, Chuck?" He said, "Sam, it looks like you're flat out of luck. You ain't going nowhere in this car, you cheater." Then up from behind come my good friend Peter. He clipped me on the shoulder with a frying pan. Then his wife pulled a gun, nice gal named Ann. She fired around, took out my left middle toe. I thought, I still got 9, I'll be all right, you know. But then Ann's friend Jane, I don't know her that well, ran up to me screaming, "I'll send you to hell." She was waving a big long samurai sword. I thought, that's the kind of wound that I cannot afford. So I took off running down the tree-lined street. I had 9 toes left, I could still use my feet. But now the whole gang was chasing me, closing in quick. One had a crowbar, another an ice pick. I tripped and fell, they surrounded me fast, and I thought this moment might be my last. But then a voice down the block shouted, "Listen up now, if our friend Sam cheated, well, I don't know how, 'cause these cards ain't marked, they're totally clean." They said, "What? He didn't cheat? Is that what you mean?" He said, "That's right, y'all, you got to spare him his life." That goes double for Peter's wife. And so she holstered her gun and said, "Sorry about the toe, but I'll bring you a loaf of my homemade sourdough." just said, sorry about the shoulder, man. As a gesture of goodwill, here, take the frying pan. Here, take the frying pan. Here, take the frying pan. And then Chuck said, sorry about the tires, old friend. I hope our friendship will never end. And so we headed back to the house where we were playing. They were all apologetic, nice things they were saying. They gave me the last beer they had in the fridge and said, Sam, next week, please join us for bridge. Please join us for bridge. Please join us for bridge. There it is, a friendly game of bridge. Hope you enjoyed that. Looking forward to seeing what else everybody comes up with here on the Cheshmeh Song and Poetry Challenge. Myself, I've got a little gig tonight over in Otsuka, so I couldn't be part of the live proceedings. But hopefully next time. And until then, Samm Bennett signing off. Thanks for listening.